So, in today's segment, Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we're going to talk about Like a Prayer, 1989, as sung by Madonna, not by anybody else who may have covered it, uh, Madonna version. Um, Now, Madonna's Like a Prayer. Uh, yes, Madonna's Like a Prayer is one of her most controversial and talked about songs, mixing religious imagery with sexual undertones. Uh, it sparked debates over its true meaning, whether it's about faith, love, something else, or something more provocative. Now, this particular device that she's using in the song is not unusual. Okay, it goes back many years. We've actually earlier in the year, or not earlier in the year, earlier in this series of Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we did a song called "Volatile Cocktail." Same thing. It was told from two points of view at the same time: relationship between that person and God, and their relationship between that person and love, or that person and their significant other. And same thing here. Okay. The song's lyrics can be read as a passionate devotion to God or as a metaphor. And we know what he metaphor because she was a virgin and he meta for to make a little baby. Uh, never metaphor, sorry. Take four. The song's lyrics can be read as a passionate devotion to God or as a metaphor for a deep, even erotic human connection. Okay, that's what I said. I don't know why I got to redo that. That's what I said. Fundamentally, the idea is premised on the idea it is premised on is that God sometimes reaches out to her, uh, like reach out and touch her. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, wrong song. Such experiences apparently tend to take place during the midnight hour. Not just with her, but with like almost everybody else. That's because midnight is an expression which may point to a time of desperation, but it's also a time of hope. Okay. See, most people think of midnight as the darkness at the midnight hour, at the end, the last moment of the previous day. See, that the last moment, the middle of the darkness, but it's also the beginning of the lightness. So the midnight is not just the darkest hour, it's the beginning of what could be the next day, the next moment, the next change. Okay. So midnight is not always so, it seems desperate, but it's hopeful. It's desperate and hopeful. It's two nuts in one. Two, two, two things in one. Okay. So, um, I mean, I'm sorry. Every time I hear midnight, I keep thinking of Eric Clapton. After midnight. Okay. He had the right idea. That's when we let it all hang out. That's right. That's not here. Okay. It's a little bit different. I don't want to get caught up or down. I don't want to get too far in the weeds here. Got a little bit to discuss. All right. Now, this is an expression which may point to some desperation, although some assert it may be sensual in nature. Like I said, Eric Clapton goes, after midnight, we're going to let it all hang out. The song begins, the first verse, first four lines, or two stanzas. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. Okay. These opening lines set a tone of uncertainty. Okay. Uh, that life is unpredictable and no one has all the answers. Sounds familiar? Yes, that is a consistent theme. Okay. That theme may get boring to you after a while, but it's consistent. It's consistent in the human condition. And since we're all human, we're going to hear that a lot. Life is unpredictable and no one has all the answers. Okay, plain and simple. All right. Now, hearing this call, whether from God or lover, brings a sense of comfort, like finding a promise, like finding a purpose or someone to belong to. Now, that is another human condition. Feels like home. Okay, feels like we all want to belong to something or someone. Even the loners who hate people, the Scrooges, they still want to belong to something. Even if you're a Scrooge, you want to belong to the Scrooges of America. Okay, and then you all want to go bah humbug together. So that even the people who push people away want to belong to the group of the people who push people away. And then they want to find out who pushes people the hardest and furthest. So yes, it's the human condition. Now, I think I lost my place. That's okay. Oh, I was talking about the last line, and it feels like home. Okay. Now, um, I think I covered it. Did I cover it? Brings a sense of comfort, like finding a purpose, something to belong to. Yes, that's what I was talking about. And I covered that. Something to belong to. Okay, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. It's all right. It's all right. Next line, or it continues. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. In the midnight hour, I can feel your power just like a prayer. You know, I'll take you there. Now, some people hear this, and this is like being called by name suggests intimacy and devotion. Okay, you call my name, and you only do that with someone you're familiar with. Okay, if I'm walking down the street, and this has happened to me, I think of this quite often. I was in the District of Columbia, and walking down the street, walking toward my car, and somebody says, "Reverend Mark." Okay, I turned around because I knew who they thought I was. They thought I was another reverend in the DC area named Reverend Mark Thompson. Okay, in the dark, in the night, we did resemble each other. Okay, I know that. So when they said Reverend Mark, I turned around and I waved. Now, if they actually knew who I was, they would have called me by my name and not his name. Okay, but I was polite. Now, I did decide that if that motherfucker ever did it again, I was going to turn around and say, "Yeah, I'm Reverend Mark. What the fuck do you want? Why you bother me? You see, I'm walking out in that way." Next time Reverend Mark was on the radio, the guy would call in and go, "Reverend Mark, why? Why were you such a dick when I spoke to you the other day?" But I hadn't been back to DC since then, so at least not back to that neighborhood. And I'm sorry. Okay, a little prayer could mean a moment of spiritual connection or the rush of passion. All right. It says just like a prayer. Okay. It's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. Now, this is the version that a lot of people seem to be the line that a lot of people seem to be a little bit say, well, there's dual meanings. Oh yeah, there's a double entendre. The whole song is a double entendre. So yes, kneeling is a position of prayer, but it's also a position of submission. Okay, like they say, ass down, worship up. You know, it's in a lot of religions. You get down on your knees, face down, worship up. You go to a Muslim church, they go, Allah Akbar, put their face down, worship up. Go to a Catholic church, get down and face down, worship up. So yes, kneeling is a position of prayer, but it's also a position of submission, often tied to sexual imagery, or people are just perverts. Taking you there can mean reaching a spiritual high or a happy ending. So yes. Now the problem is, who is she talking to uh, at this point? Actually, I don't think that's the problem. She could be talking to both, because quite often, if you're in a position of submission, you are also in a position of prayer. Quite often, saying, "Oh God." Okay, midnight is often symbolic of a time of deep emotion, intimacy, or even temptation. Midnight is the start of the next day, although it's still dark. We covered that in the beginning. That midnight is not just your darkest hour. It's also the beginning of a new hope, a new day, a new chance to do the right thing. Okay. So don't be disturbed by midnight. It's not as magical or as bright as midday, but there's hope there. You have a chance to make things right, a chance to feel better. The power being felt could be divine strength or overwhelming desire. So Madonna leans into the idea of surrender, whether it's to faith or to passion or both. And you can do both. You know, it is not historically inaccurate to talk about the whirling dervishes, although it is not something I want to talk about right now. We'll discuss the whirling dervishes much later, if there's time today. No, won't be time today. Okay. There's no resistance in her, only a desire to give in. Okay. That whole thing, being on the knees and being wanting to take it there. Yes, I've given, I surrender myself to you, whoever you are. Okay. It continues. I hear your voice. It's like an angel sighing. I have no choice. I hear your voice. Feels like I'm flying. I close my eyes. Oh God, I think I'm falling. Out of the sky. Oh God, I think I'm falling. Out of the sky. I close my eyes. Heaven help me. Okay. An angel's sigh suggests something pure, almost heavenly. Okay. Now, it says angel's sigh. Yeah. It's like an angel's sigh. So it's like an angel's sigh. I'm trying to I was trying to remember some scripture about angels speaking, but I can't remember it now. I should have written it down when I couldn't remember it earlier, and I found it, and I said I should write this down. And I said, no, I'll remember it because I wrote it. I fuck it. I can't remember it now. If I remember it, I'll call you. Just put your phone number in the chat room if you want to know what it is, and I'll call you with it. So just put your phone number in the chat room, and I'll call you. All right. Also, the angel's sigh is also soft and seductive, and it draws her in. It's like the siren song, but in the siren song, it's calling you to doom. The angel sigh is calling you closer to heaven, and it's feeling overpowering, whether it's divine guidance or an irresistible attraction. At any rate, there's no turning back. That's it. I'm heading your way. So, flying and falling are both freedom and escape from reality. The only difference is flying is more control. It's freedom, but it's control. If you had these desire to escape, you're flying away. A vacation, flying away. Just fly, that's freedom. But falling is also freedom, but it's a different kind of freedom. Okay, falling is freedom, but it's out of control. It is out of your control. The only thing that you're going to control in falling is how you're going to hit the ground, face up or face down. That's it. But in both situations, flying and falling, both places, eventually you're going to hit the ground. It's just a matter of how. But falling, the freedom is your freedom. There's no guiding. You're just letting go. Okay. You're falling. You're not guiding. Flying, you're guiding. Okay. You're responsible still, or someone's responsible for your path. Falling, you're not responsible for the path. You're just responsible for the feeling that you're having on that path. They're both freedom, but they're not the same feeling. They're not the same freedom. So closing her eyes suggests letting go, giving in completely. Okay, this line works in two ways. It could be spiritual or sensual, as like the rest of the song. as I'm falling in love or losing control and passion. Okay, it said falling. When the people talk about like when I fell in love. Okay, again, it sounds like It sounds accidental. Like you're walking along, and oops, I fell in love. Okay, it's still a freedom of sorts because when you fall in love, there's the freedom of letting go. You can't fall in love without letting go of some part of yourself. Not possible. You have to let go of fear. You have to take a risk to do that. Uh, Next, it continues. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. Okay, I'm in the midnight hour. We've gone through all of this. Okay, yes, we've gone through that. I'm not repeating that again. Uh, I'll go on to the next verse. Like a child, you whisper softly to me. You're in control, just like a child. Now I'm dancing. It's like a dream, no end and no beginning. You're here with me. It's like a dream, like the choir. Let the choir sing. Okay, comparing herself to a child suggests innocence and vulnerability, and also a lack of responsibility. Okay, when we are children, we are not responsible for what we do. Someone else is. So when she says, I'm like a child, okay, like a child, you whisper softly to me, like a child, she's waiting for someone to tell her what to do. She's not in control. You're in, the you're that she's talking to, be it God or the partner, you're in control or they're in control, just like she's the child. Okay. And she says, now I'm dancing. So apparently that's what they're told. It's like a puppet. They're in control. She says, what you tell me what to do. Okay. Now I'm dancing. So, like a child absolves you of responsibility, putting someone else in charge. But again, that is a kind of freedom. There's children are, we are our most free when we are children. Okay. We don't have the responsibilities yet. We can just eat shit and have fun. And then we start school. Then we're not so free anymore. But that moment before you start school, when just before you even have to put away your toys, okay, before you're even responsible for your toys, you play with your toys, you fall asleep, someone else cleans up your toys. You eat, you drink, you fall asleep, someone else cleans up your shit. Okay, that kind of freedom, that kind of child, when they're just, that is, I guess, we would all kind of like to have that freedom again. And that's what she's saying she has. Like a child, you whisper softly to me, and all I do is what you tell me to do. Now I'm dancing. Okay, it's like a dream, no end and no beginning. Okay, now dreams have ends and beginnings. Uh, they start when you go to sleep, when you enter REM, and they end when you wake up. We often don't even remember those dreams. I'm not sure I understand, but I think she's saying this is like an endless dream. Okay, you're here with me. It's like a dream. Let the choir sing. And now earlier, when the choir wasn't singing, the choir was sighing. Okay, now it could have been a typo. That H could have been, they could have meant to have an N instead of an H, and then she sang it, and that became part of the canon. Or at the very end, says, let the choir sigh. I'm just fucking with you now. Okay, it says, let the choir sing. And when the choir sings, okay, they are singing what? A tribute or no to God, and in agreement. So she's like a dream, no beginning, no end. Let the choir sing. Okay. She's now I'm gonna back up a half a line. Okay. She's like a dream. Dreams, like I said, can be beautiful or surreal, with much like intense love or deep faith. Okay, so that beginning of love, when you're first in love with someone or something, that is like the honeymoon period, the dream phase. when it seems like there's nothing can go wrong. Okay, and again, that's why I say that dreams are not forever, because at some point the reality sets in. What you have to decide is, are you going to hold on to that dream or the possibilities of that dream, remember that dream, or you're going to start going, I don't remember him being so gassy. When we first got together, when I first fell in love with him, it was like a dream. Now no, I don't remember him being like that in the beginning. Okay, there's a timelessness here, something infinite, like spiritual devotion or an all-consuming romance. Again, it feels timeless in the beginning. Like, when is that next call? When is that next encounter? When are we going to see each other again? And it's the same kind of thing when you have a moment before the divine, uh, that it seems like it takes forever for that next moment to come. And also, this moment feels like it lasts forever. It's a dichotomy, if I'm using that word correctly. If I'm not, I don't know what it is. And then you could just tell me what it is, and I'll put my phone number in the chat. You can call me and tell me. Okay, she's fully absorbed in his presence, whether divine or human. So it doesn't matter if she's with God or man. She's like, I'm into this shit. I'm really into this. Yeah, I don't know if this is oral or oral, to coin a phrase from the producer of the show. Oral or oral. I don't know which it is, but they both feel good. Now, it says here, where are my notes? Okay, my notes says it could be also some. Oh, yeah, blah 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 blah. I said that, but it could also symbolize a celebration of love, passion, or both. Right? Like I said, there's the whole thing. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm kind of stupid here. I told you in the beginning that it was both things. That it's a double entendre. I don't know why I keep repeating it. I guess for people who forget, like me, like I forgot I said that. Okay. From this point, it's it repeats. From this point, it no longer becomes like a prayer, it becomes more like a repetition. Of course, when you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees and I want to take you there. Okay, now, and then she says that a lot. Apparently, she's spending a lot of time on her knees and she really wants to take him there. Now, in this rendition, where's the line with the voice? There's a line about the voice here. When you call my name, okay, yeah, okay, blah blah blah. I thought there was something here about a voice. I don't see it, and I don't hear it. I don't feel it. Because my notes here said the voice is powerful, transporting her to another place emotionally, sensually, or spiritually. A muse inspires creativity and devotion, drawing someone in with irresistible energy. Now, the mystery is who or what is calling her. Okay, who or what is calling her? Again, we've established in the beginning the rules of this, that it's both. It's both man and God, and that's the way it's written. And in essence, her love is like a prayer, an answered prayer without the loopholes and restrictions that may apply. She has no control, and this force, whatever it is, has complete power over her. Like a prayer isn't just about religion, it's about devotion, desire, and surrender. And Madonna plays with the idea that faith and love aren't so different. Both involve deep emotion, trust, and giving oneself fully to something bigger. The rest of it is all repeat. You can go back to it's like a prayer. It's blah blah. It's just like a prayer. I'll take you there. I'm not going to repeat all this stuff again because I'll be spending a minute and a half just saying the same thing I just told you 3 or 4 minutes ago. And unless you have Alzheimer's or you're senile, there's no point in me repeating all that again. You should have been taking notes. Okay, should have been taking notes, writing this down, or just play back. Welcome, brother Ian. Evil, yes. So that is it. Like a prayer. That is all we have to say about Like a Prayer for this week. Uh, I hope that you got something out of it. If nothing more than the desire to listen to Like a Prayer by Madonna again or for the first time. Next week, we're going to be looking. Next week, we're going from The Material Girl to The Material World, Spirits in the Material World by the Police. So don't forget to please check us out next week on Church of Last Resort right here